Hey everyone, it's Jessie checking in from Val d'Isere. Good morning. It's Tuesday morning here in resort, and after a fairly mixed feel yesterday, today's shaping up with that classic unsettled alpine vibe. Nothing dramatic, but definitely one to keep an eye on if you're heading out early or staying around town. Overnight here in town, temperatures stayed fairly mild for December. We started the evening just above 2 degrees Celsius before slowly cooling down through the night. The lowest temperatures were just below freezing, hovering around minus half a degree Celsius in the early morning hours. It stayed dry throughout the night with no snowfall recorded in the village. Winds were generally light to moderate, but there were a few stronger gusts passing through, especially late in the evening and again overnight, with gusts pushing up into the low 50s kilometers per hour at times. Overall, it was a cloudy, breezy night rather than a cold one, with no fresh snow added at village level. Around the village today, at 1850 metres, the weather stays changeable. We're looking at a mix of cloud with very little sunshine, and there is a chance of snow at times this morning, which may turn a bit wetter later in the day as temperatures rise. The maximum temperature in town is expected to reach around 3 degrees Celsius. Winds stay fairly light through the day at around 7 to 12 kilometres per hour, but there could be gusts pushing up towards 48 kilometres per hour, mainly from the east and southeast. Overall, it'll feel mild for December, but breezy at times. Up on Belvard, conditions stay similar, but colder. Temperatures at the summit are expected to reach around minus 3 degrees Celsius, with cloud hanging around all day and limited visibility at times. There's a higher chance of precipitation up high, close to 70%, and the wind will be more noticeable than in town. Gusts could reach around 47 kilometres per hour, again mainly from the east, so it will feel sharper and more exposed on the ridges. If you're around this evening, there's a lovely festive event happening in town. For Christmas, the instructors from the French ski school, joined by Santa, are inviting everyone to their traditional torchlight descent, followed by fireworks. There'll be hot chocolate and vin chaud served by the instructors themselves, starting at 6 o'clock at the bottom of the Fas de Belvard. It's always a great atmosphere and well worth popping along to. Later on, things heat up at the B-Bar, where Gold Up takes over for the night. Expect shatter, dancehall and Afrobeat, with heavy bass and proper Caribbean vibes. That kicks off at 10 o'clock tonight and runs through until 1:30, with free entry. Here's a translated summary of the official Bulletin d'estimation du risque d'avalanche issued by Météo France for the Vanoise Massif. For today, the overall avalanche risk is limited above 2,300 metres and low below that level. The main concern remains wind-affected snow. At higher altitudes, there are still some isolated wind slabs forming in sheltered areas away from the ridgelines, particularly on west, north and east-facing slopes. These slabs are generally not widespread but could still be triggered by skiers, especially where the snow feels denser on the surface with softer layers underneath. Below around 2,500 metres, rare glide avalanches are possible, mainly on south-facing slopes. Snow conditions remain quite variable, with hard or icy surfaces in many areas and only very isolated pockets of older powder in well-protected spots. As always, if you're heading off-piste, make sure you check the full official avalanche bulletin using the link in the description before you go. If you're planning to explore the mountains this season, remember, off-piste skiing is dangerous. Always take a qualified guide and never go off-piste without a transceiver, shovel and probe. And most importantly, know how to use them and practice regularly. That's all from me for today. I'll be back tomorrow morning with your latest weather and snow updates, plus more news from around town. And if you know of any events, live music, or places that deserve a shout out, drop them in the comments. Have a great day and enjoy life in the Alps.
Forecast information provided by meteoblue.com, infoclimat.fr and meteofrance.fr. Conditions in the Alps can change quickly, so always check before heading out. Webcam images courtesy of the official Val d'Isere website.